My name is Chris Campbell. I'm a practicing CPA, and I work with small businesses, individuals, to help them pay the least amount of taxes possible while keeping them out of jail. So today I wanted to talk about paying employees, and most importantly, think of this as a public service announcement. If you have employees, do not mess with their money, both with the labor laws and with the taxing authorities. They frown upon this heavily. It can even lead to jail time, mismanaged. So, what is this about? So, a couple things that some employers do, which is definitely a no-no, which you want to avoid. And even if you think it's okay, it's really not, because come back and bite you later on. So, first thing is paying overtime. That is a key thing. Great thing. If you have employees and you pay them by the hour, work over 40 hours a week, you got to pay the overtime, which is time and a half. I've seen a couple situations where, just from both cash flow standpoint, employers just don't take heed to that, and it can come back and bite you. So some do it unknowingly, where they're just there, they're working, they pay by the hour, and then they forget or don't realize that they hit that 40-hour mark, and that hourly rate now becomes 1.5 times what it was originally. And many times the employer does count for that in their budget. They count for it and budget for that, or limit the working hours. So from that standpoint, you definitely want to make sure that you're staying on top of that and tracking the hours, because they can come back and bite you. So that's one thing. The other thing to account for, I've seen it in some instances where the employee will say, look, I want to work the hours. It's okay. Just still pay me the regular rate. I'll still work your overtime. And as tempting as that might be, you don't want to do that. Don't ever listen to that, because someone may do that and it's all good now and they're happy and it's cool. But at some point, that employee-employee relationship may end. You may have a falling out. Things may not work out well at the end. And even if they agreed and they were okay with not being paid that overtime, they can still come back and get you after the fact. So they present those facts to an employee and attorney after the fact. Let's say you fire them and things didn't work out and you paid them regular rate for all these months. They can come back and sue you for the time lost and damages. So they can really come back and get you with that. So you definitely want to avoid. So even if the employee says it's okay to do it, don't do it. Track the 40 hours. So another issue where I've seen folks get in trouble is with the withholding. If you have someone on payroll, you have the taxes that are being withheld from their check, you are then supposed to turn around and pay those funds to the taxing authorities, the Social Security, the actual income tax withholdings from their check. You withhold it from their check and you're supposed to turn around and pay that out. Where I've seen some employers get in trouble is that they make those withholdings from the employee and they do not turn around and submit those taxes to the respective government. So that is another big no-no. You get locked up for that, because now it's their money. You didn't pay their money. You didn't submit it, kept it for yourself. Not only do they look at that as not you paying your taxes, you're actually stealing, because you were paying taxes on behalf of someone else. It wasn't your money to withhold. It was their money. So they look at that as stealing. Definitely don't want to get caught up in that. And the main way to avoid that is, if you have a payroll company or payroll service, usually those payroll companies or services, they will withhold the taxes from you every payday. So if you're supposed to submit $500 on behalf of employee XYZ, that $500 will come out of your bank account and into the payroll company upon payday for the employee. So you never really see the money. So it's a good way to steer clear and stay out of trouble with that. So definitely use a payroll company. Don't get cute, try to do the stuff by hand and think you could just submit the taxes later. It's an easy way to get in trouble. That's one step to avoid. Another thing to avoid, paying folks under the table. It saves you in the taxes. I get it. It can seem like it's a great deal, but also understand that you run the risk of not only getting jammed up with avoiding payroll taxes, but also a workman's comp claim if you are in a state that requires workman's comp. So again, you can pay folks like that and they'll agree and it's all good. They'll say it's fine, but it's fine until it's not anymore. So things are going well. It's all good. The relationship is good. No problem. you have that falling out, they decide they want to go to an attorney. Not only are you facing issues with labor laws because you've now paid someone off the books, but now you also get issues with workman's comp for having someone that's not workman's comp. And now you ditched or avoided payroll taxes and create a bit of a headache for you. So if you are going to choose to pay someone under the table, you have to be very careful with whom you do it with, because it can't come back and bite you later on. So those are things that you need to be aware of. You have your payroll, and it'll keep you out of trouble with dealing with employees and their pay. All right. So I hope you found this helpful. That's all for now. And if you have any more questions about this particular topic or any other tax or accounting related issues, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help.